using anything lying around your desk, any article of clothing within reason, anything in your bags. Show me your understanding of in the form of a model. Now, this is one of my favourite Magenta ideas. Not only is it a highly effective strategy in its own right, it's also extremely flexible. You could use this approach in a pre-planned way, but equally you could use it at the drop of a hat in a completely impromptu manner. The best teachers can think on their feet. They're flexible, they can respond, they can adapt. They've got plan A, but they've also got plan B and C and D up their sleeves. And this activity is a really good one to keep up your sleeve. You could use it with a whole class. Equally, you could just use it with a small group or an individual pupil. It could take 20 minutes, or it could just take 2 or 3. It'll work in primary classrooms, it'll work in secondary classrooms, and it'll work right the way across the curriculum. Take a look at these examples. Using items in your cutlery drawer. Show me your understanding of how to add and subtract fractions. Incidentally, that particular example came during the COVID lockdown. From a science lesson, using anything lying around your desk, show me your understanding of stages of mitosis. We're studying Hamlet and focusing in on key quotes during an English lesson. Anything lying around your desk, show me your understanding of how to stack timber effectively. Anything lying around your desk, any article of clothing within reason, show me your understanding of how the Battle of Marston Moor was fought from a history lesson. Of course, the key phrase is, show me your understanding of. We're not bothered about the quality of the model. This isn't about models. This is about the thinking and the talking that would come off the back of students engaging in the activity. This is all about the valuable insight a teacher would get to what's going on in there. The activity is an example of the Magenta Principle Change. Whatever the form the information comes in, the students are going to have to change it. And in doing so, we shift the emphasis from students reproducing information to students recreating information. Now they've got to think about it. Now they can talk about it. And there are many possibilities and many variations on the theme. So for example, a piece of text can be changed into a diagram. A diagram becomes a paragraph. A story becomes a series of physical gestures, actions. A process can be mind. Fluctuating emotions in a play or a poem can be depicted in the form of a line graph, and so on. So show me your understanding in the form of a model, just one possibility. I have to say, a particularly effective strategy and one of my favourites. I find it incredibly useful, and I find it comes in incredibly handy, not least because, as we said earlier, you keep it up your sleeve and you can use it at the drop of a hat. And anything can be depicted in the form of a model, an idea, an event, a character, a concept, a process, an emotion. Understandably, many teachers, initially at least, see immediate application in a kind of concrete way. So for example, using anything lying around your desk, make me a Motte and Bailey castle. Perfectly appropriate. But how about using the idea in a more abstract way? So for example, anything lying around your desk, show me your understanding of how a semicolon works. You've got 2 minutes. Or show me your understanding of the principle of exchange in mathematics. Or how about one of my very favourite Magenta lesson examples from over the years? The teacher gave the students some Play-Doh, plasticine, with the instruction, I want you to create a physical representation of your understanding of the Holy Spirit. Wow, what an idea, what a fantastic lesson. And I want to quote from the teacher herself, and I want to make sure I get it Right. The teacher went on to say, the spiritual development that took place during the lesson was almost tangible. As I say, wow. So, anything lying around your desk, any article of clothing within reason, anything in your bags, show me your understanding of in the form of a model. Go play with it. Give it a go. Try it out in your classroom. Have fun.